How do I feel about male entertainers? So I've learned from different kind of people in my lifetime, and male entertainers are one of the performers, be it some singers or some other kind of people. I feel like men are under more pressure to perform than women are, because like I was listening to an interview from some guy, and he was saying how he can't just buy a cheap Party City outfit. The women will see that right away, and then they want to get close to him and touch him and everything, but they don't want to touch something cheap. So for the girls to impress them, you have to at least buy some expensive outfit, and then they'll probably only use it a couple times on your show. So I feel like there's a lot of resentment from the males, the entertainers that I've met, and they all seem more stressed out than the female entertainers. There's fewer of them, but they're more worked out. They're more stressed because they know that, for girls, like when we're performing, we can find someone to buy us food, put us up in a hotel for a couple of nights or even a whole month. We can have like people buying us plane tickets and everything to facilitate our life, all types of drinks to make the night easier. We have so much free passes. Okay, we don't have to really do much to get them, but really it's just smile or be seductive. But a guy, if he comes to a new city, he wants to become an entertainer, he better have a lot of money. Okay, so he usually comes to a city like Los Angeles or Miami. I think he needs to be this big bad entertainer, right? He's gonna impress all the ladies. But if he's driving some cheap Hyundai, if he's like wearing some like really thin, flimsy outfit, the girls are gonna pick it up. Not gonna wanna. The girls want a fantasy. They want to fantasize about a man who got it all together, who looks so good. They can have him for a couple hours or really the whole night. If I can see how women act, I don't do this personally because I come from the world of entertainment. I know how stressful it is when people are constantly touching you, constantly asking for your phone numbers. You told them no a million times, and they're asking you the same questions again and again and again. But at least for women, we get a break. People will put us up at a hotel for free. Nothing's really coming out of our pockets. Okay, but a guy, he has to make sure he has a hotel for a couple weeks booked up, or at least an apartment, and he has to make sure his clothes are dry cleaned, everything's nice. No one's gonna buy him any clothes. For girls, like when I started off, I didn't have to buy anything. Everything was bought for me, everything. So I was under a lot less stress. So I could work those hours at the clubs, or from singing, I could do all these things, right? And basically I had a head start. It's like being a rich kid in town, you get a head start. But the male entertainers, they don't. They're working for hours, and the women, unless they find some older woman who's willing to pay him more money, then the younger girls, you're just gonna want him for a couple hours and do whatever with him. I've seen some things that I'm not proud of, just coming from women when they are next to their male entertainers. The fantasies go wild, and I understand. But being in that space myself, I understand how stressful it is to be an entertainer, but I didn't know how bad it was for guys, Even if they're doing like any type of other work, it's not easy for them because they have to put so much money and time and energy up front. But most of the time their families don't even support them, so they have really nobody supporting them. But the girls, we have it a lot easier. So I feel like male entertainers, I respect them a whole lot. They have a harder time. And being in that space, and also the musicians and everything, it's pretty much the same thing. So for musicians, at least they have more credibility, because for like performers at clubs, like in Vegas or whatever, like people look at you really badly after a while. Like, who did I just spend the night with? This guy, is he not married? Like all these other things, and that floods your head in the morning time. But a musician doesn't really have to deal with that if he's not really sleeping around that much. But for musicians, like it's the same thing. They have a bunch of girls who like them, and they're always like the girls. They congregate with each other. They whisper and they laugh and they look at the guy, and then they want to take him home. They want to do all these things with him. So the guy's playing on the girls like that. He's playing on that exclusivity. Okay, but yeah, I feel like at least musicians get more respect, It's still long hours, and they still have to deal with stuff, deal with their girlfriends back at home and everything else. But and dancers, everyone that I knew from the male entertainment side, they are stressed out a lot more than the females are.